You are now tuning in to Lex and RDDC broadcast station, serving up on the double doses for us all.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Real Double Dose channel. This is your host, Lex, coming to you straight from the heart where the talk is real and the vibe is always live, like we always love to say. Thank you for tuning in and just being here with us as always. For here, we do serve a slice of everyday life and some of this and some of that too, because that's what it's all about. For any show requests, feedback, or anything under the sun, like we always say and have been saying, get a hold of us at Real Double Dose channel at yandex.com. That's yandex.com, and as well as Real Double Dose channel. Okay, .blogspot.com. Check out the wonderful guest experts, interviews, so on, and more content coming with enhancing yourself and being the best that we can on many other levels besides just a typical motivational speech. This is hashtag facts for your life, enhancement of all those things. And we have the links posted at SoundCloud as well as the blogspot itself at realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. I'm just saying, if I'm talking too fast, you know what to do. That is TuneIn, Stitcher Radio, Spreaker.com, Spotify, as well as Blueberry. We have iTunes, iHeart, SoundCloud, so much more, Deezer, Google Cast, Podcast Addict. The list goes on, and we have those all posted. Don't forget, we're just a shout out away. Don't forget hashtag youarethebomb.com. So I know that everything's been going on, and I just want to say this right here is hashtag, this episode, this segment is hashtag keep on pushing. Yes. And it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to our 200 plus episodes. You have all made that possible with your live plays and your live listens and your on demand and everything else as far as your downloads. And we love you and we thank you so much for that. And I know things have been slow, fast, slow. We just want to say it's not even just a hashtag stay home. It's a hashtag keep on pushing, you know? So this episode is more to just say, let me spend some time with my RDDC familians. I missed you all. And I know I've been here doing interviews and wonderful, extraordinary people. We've all gotten a chance to know and hear their stories, be able to get enlightenment from, and so much more. Just handfuls of them. I can't even name some, but you know, if you go to the episodes, we got Laura Cheeto, we have Andrea Uvani, we have just a whole list of people, Christy Kennedy. I mean, my mind is not going to go too far back because my memory has been completely crazy, especially this last couple weeks, because everything is actually even more revved up. More people would think you would slow down from things going on with COVID-19, but that's not the case. But I want to just give this encouragement, not only to just the audience itself, but to each and every one of us out here. Things can be very, very difficult. And it's not even a woo. I don't want you to feel wooed. I don't want you to feel like, okay, Lex, we're hearing this from all over. We hear this from the stores. We're here. We'll get through this. Look, at the end of the day, you have to hashtag keep on pushing. We have to keep on pushing. I mean, no matter how you look at it, a curse or a blessing, it happened for a reason. And this is the season. But at the same time, think about it from this perspective. When we get out of this, no matter how long it'll be or how it transitions, everything will obviously never go back the same. And especially, God rest in soul, the souls that have passed away from it. Life will never be the same. And I know that for a fact, losing my siblings and my uncle and my father, all that stuff. So we understand life will never be the same. It'll still move on. But what can you take from it? What is there going to be said? I mean, like a lot of people have, we've had a lot of emails saying, well, what should we do with this time? Everything seems to be crazy. You know, what's going on with the economy, all this other things. But I don't see it really looking like, you know, I got a chance to clean out my house. I got a chance to, you know, go out in the garden and think. I actually had time to think about myself, you know, and being able, and I said in a previous episode with Professor Peter Alexander, that it was coming to a point to be like, you know, thank you for the people who are out there making sure I can go through drive-through to get something to eat. Thank you for those out there who have dedicated themselves to being available so that I can be more comfortable. Thank you for being able to be allowed, no matter if you want to give respect to your president or not. Thank you for being able to have unemployment if you have it, or having the opportunity to be where I was before, and maybe I'll be elevated to another level when I get there or not. Thank you for those out there who are servicing hospitals. And thank you out there just for giving me breath, because at the end of the day, if you can complain right now in this very moment, you should be happy for the fact that you're alive to complain. Okay. That's all I'm saying. So it's not just maybe it's a little tough love for all of us. Okay. But it's hashtag keep on pushing. What are you going to do when you're faced in that moment? And we keep talking about this over the years, right? From all these episodes that have come out. For this very time right now, I love when my mom says, how do you know, Lex, if it wasn't meant for such a time as this? I love that. Then I think about the other words she shared with me. Perfect love casts out all fear. Different things with strength and tenacity. And the same thing with, I want to say Les Brown. I don't know if I can actually go ahead and say that, but I'm going to try it and just see where I can go with it. But, don't get a little too rugged if I can't say it perfect. If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, if you simply go after that thing that you want with all your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope and confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold, poverty, famine, nor gout, sickness, nor pain of body and brain can keep you away from the thing that you want, if dogged and grim you beseech and beset it with the help of God, you will surely get it. Hashtag facts. Boom. That's Les Brown. Les Brown. Yes. And you know what? You cannot skip him. When you go on there, he's out there. But I wanted to give it to you straight. I mean, I did have a mishap on that. But I mean, that is the truth, And when I say hashtag keep on pushing, it's not a cliche thing. I look at all these things going on and it's frightening. It's frightening to hear about Asian Americans being able to be attacked and can't go places. It's frightening to hear about Latinos and brown Americans. Some people say African or black Americans. They're brown, different shades of brown. People getting attacked from all races, from all creeds. And, because people are simply frustrated with what's going on. People are simply feeling some type of way. And at the same time, I should call this hashtag COVID-19, keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Keep on pushing COVID-19. That's how I should really put this. And it might actually be out there like this, but I'm going to say that to you because at the end of the day, it's not going to stop in its tracks until we find a way or it stops itself mutating or whatever else. So until then, let's not just surrender and let all these things kind of just overfold us. What's the point of having this time now? And I've said previous episodes before with different interviews going on when people are just like, oh, I've got a chance to spend time with my kids. I know their personalities and what they've been up to. I see the little tics they do. I see the way they eat. I see the way their face curls up. I got a chance to see beautiful butterflies and bunnies in my garden, or I've gotten a chance to be able to help someone out with something. I've had a chance to reflect on who I am. I've had a chance to know who I am. And that's what I love the most. It's not about who we can love or for someone to love us. It's for us to understand love itself. And that's the whole beginning, ending, whatever chapter you want to see in it. That's what we have out there. And that's the things we should look for the best is the hope in every tomorrow. And what about today? What about today? For those who do have a home and a TV or some internet to go on, find something within. And that's the whole problem. A lot of people have spent so much time on the outside. We have spent so much time, and this is to some of my girlfriends too. I almost got into the mix, but I've been one of those people who just get what I need to get and go. Thankfully, I stayed in that role right there. But it's not about what fancy restaurant or what place you ate at. It's not about what road trip you had and how many times you could post it on social media to make yourself seem relevant. It's about what you do in the times where you can't be out there and exposed. What are you going to do then? What are we going to do then? I mean, is everything a facade? Because if you think about it, if life is so grand to where you can take 1 million photos and paint to the world of how wonderful your life is or how you want it to be or how you want people to perceive it to be, and then in these times you have nothing to say for it, shows that your life was never that great in the beginning. So stop living in the fantasy of what you want people to see your life painted as and start getting the paintbrush yourself and start going from within. That's what it is. It's a masterpiece. The creator made a masterpiece for us to look at all the beautiful elements of the world, be able to look at all the beauty in the faces and the understanding of it. It's more than a quote, coronavirus is getting real. Yeah, it's getting real. Okay, shout out Cardi B. I'm just saying, it's more than that. It's more than, oh, everything's shut down, lockdown. Oh, we can't go anywhere. We can't do. It's more about complaints, the vibrational frequency of negativity and depression and complaints. And I do feel very bad for those out there who are stuck in abusive relationships or a household to where their only escape was to leave the house and go to work, or their significant other, or the problem itself to be able to leave and, move around. But maybe this is a window for those abusive relationships to have the light shine on it in order to nip it in the bud. Maybe it's saying, look, instead of avoiding what's been going on that you needed taken care of, now it's in your face. So let's get it out of your existence, or let's change it. Instead of having that problematic child or issues going on while they're in school, or you can't seem to have the time with them because you're working 40 plus hours a week and trying to still go out with your friends or go out once a week to make yourself feel special. Okay, special. Or spending that extra $20 you could have just put into a jar. Now you have time to face what's going on with your child, or spend that time with that child that's having those issues or the things happening. No matter what it is, we still can balance it. There's no negative and there's no positive there. Yeah, the negative outlook is saying, well, the money stopped, this is happening. But what can you do about it? There's nothing you can do except keep on pushing. There's other avenues, there's other roads. Read a book, write a book, encourage someone, text someone. Put up a post about how things are going to be wonderful, and paint a vision. Write down what you want to see and what you would like to happen. Don't think about the doubt. Okay. Just shout it out. Give it the clout. Give it the things that it needs to keep on moving forward. There's no point in being to a devastation of any level whatsoever when we already know to every level there's another devil. I just want to say, what are you going to be grateful for today, and what are you going to stop complaining about tomorrow? Because honestly, I wouldn't want to spend every moment I have just sitting there feeling completely negative. I mean, what's the point? If you're already saying misery loves company, well, hell, you're even worse, because we're stuck with the misery we're leaving in that company. You can't escape yourself. No matter how you look at it, you're born with yourself and you'll die with yourself. That's just the way we are. So the question is for us, all of us, everything going on, when is it going to be? And what are we doing to keep it? #keeping it pushing, or to keep on pushing. What are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do? Because I mean, honestly, the funniest thing I'm looking at is when people go back to work and they're like, oh my gosh, it was so different. I discovered so many things about myself. And I spent so much time complaining about those things I could have discovered more. And now I'm back to 50 hours a week. Oh, my bills are taken care of. But at the end of the day, your bills wouldn't be taken care of anyway if you weren't here. I mean, it's all a structured, society. It's all something put to where normal life has never been normal. Life will never be normal. And it definitely is not going back to normal now. That's nothing depressing to say. Life has never been normal at all. If you think about the existence of how the United States came to be, if you think about all the cultural diversities here, yeah, it's beautiful now, but it didn't start that way from the original people who were here, from the original people who were brought here, and from the massacres and the genocides and the crazy things that happened. And look at the evolution of that. So nothing has never, ever been normal except when people stayed in their lane. And when #keep it pushing actually happened. It's only when people start directing their focus of anger and frustration or greed and hostility that the world changed. It's only when man fell that evil rose. So at this point right now, I believe all of us should start sending out a better vibration, a better understanding of everything going on that is actually on the positive scope of things. I mean, come on, let's be quiet for a couple seconds. Can you think of a few things just to be like, man, this is what I want to get started on right now? I mean, is that a couple seconds? Yeah, it's a couple seconds. I mean, Tony thinks, okay, a couple seconds. It was about 4 seconds, but just pause that. What are you going to do? What are you going to do for the rest of your life? I mean, and I mean that the rest of your life is only today. Okay, and I'm saying that very clearly. The rest of your life is only today. Your life does not exist tomorrow. Your life has passed from yesterday, right? Tomorrow, your life exists or won't exist. Yesterday, it did exist, but right now, you are alive. So for the rest of your life, for the rest of the day, for the better part of what you have left for the day, no matter where you are and what time it is, what are we going to do to make that the best time ever? Are you going to plant a seed? Are you going to grow a tomato garden? Are you going to knock on your neighbor's door and just leave a basket of it there? Are you going to write cards for your neighborhood and say, hey, look, I'm down the street. We're going through it too, but I just wanted to say heads up. I hope you feel better. You know, are we going to live full and die empty to the point of where we're giving the best that we can from where we stand? So when we do leave this earth, all we have is great memories left of us for those who have to move on without us. That's a question we all have to ask ourselves every single moment of our only day to live, the same day we're living in. The present is the only thing that's promised to you because that's where you're still aware of your present. That's just the way it is. Yesterday might be the same thing. Tomorrow might be a better one. But ultimately, hashtag keep on pushing shows for the simple fact, have we done those things? I will definitely have to rewrite the walls on that one. And they say the greatest challenge and the greatest obstacle any human will face is their own doubts, their own fears, and their own conditioned thoughts. If we want to live our dream, we will have to fight for it. We will have to fight the doubts of other people, but the greater battle is the one in our own minds. And I want to say that a little bit extra clearly, the one in our own minds. I mean, I've noticed, and this is like no shade, but I just want to say this out here before we end the conclusion of the show. I've noticed a lot of people, a good handful that I noticed, they kind of bail out and flake out on what they should be doing. They kind of get to the point of where they say when we hear a conversation, we either agree with it or not because of our own beliefs that have been embedded in us. We resonate with those things we hear because it's something in us that we do believe. The things we don't like is something that has not been a part of our belief system. And those extraordinary measures to where people actually do like kind of want to hear something that hasn't really been brought up with them, or those a little bit more open-minded than others. But a lot of people have been flaking on their deadlines or their engagements. Some people will say, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and I have it set up, and they bail out on it. They bail out on themselves. I mean, they let themselves down, whether it be a meeting they didn't show up to virtually, whether it be something they didn't do. They fall victim to the problem instead of becoming the victor of the problem. Okay. There's always a solution to every situation. But just because this is going on doesn't give us an excuse to be a horrible parent. Just because this is going on, hashtag keep on pushing, doesn't mean that we can, burn the kitchen down when we cook. It doesn't mean that we can sit there in front of our tubes, TVs, and phones for hours and hours on end and find something to do with ourselves. This right here gives people a hashtag no excuses. And you know what? That's what I should start doing. Hashtag no excuses, but I'm not going to do that. We're going to do a little something, a little ambiance. You'll see what it is. I don't know. But it's hashtag keep on pushing, hashtag keep it pushing, and hashtag no more excuses. There's no more on that level when it comes down to saying, oh, I can't do what I wanted to do because of such and such. Now it kind of calls out people for really what they're saying, because more people would say they want to do these things if they had more time, if they weren't at work and they were doing this, but now they have the time to do it. So let's see if you show up for yourself. Let's see if we show up to do the things that we know we're supposed to do and the things that we know we're meant to do. Let's see. This is the challenge. It's not just the COVID-19 that we're facing as a challenge. It's the self-demons that a lot of us have been running away from. It's the insecurities that we're stuck with. It's the not knowing if we can feel our, quote, security and going to the latest restaurant and being that Vogue model at the table, or that, for all examples, the Gucci male model with the glasses sitting there. Who knows what it is? So without, holding it off anymore, I just want to say hashtag keep it pushing and hashtag keep on pushing means to keep persevering with the best of your abilities and our abilities to where we are. It's to move forward and wherever we stand, to not let anything hold us back. Because honestly, I would rather have this be one of the biggest boulders coming our way. I almost feel guilty for it being kind of a blessing in its own way, because I'm like, wait a minute, what's coming up next? You know, you still got to be a little nervous and very cautious, but it lets us to know that we should always be on our P's and Q's. Life and nature itself is not going to sit there and wait for us to have a great day for it to unfold. The things that have been spoken about for centuries is not going to wait for us to say, okay, today is a good day, or I have a non-free headache day. It's about keep it, the way we need it to be. Keeping it the way that it's meant to be. And that is to keep moving forward. # keep it pushing and keep on pushing. Making sure that we make the rest of our life the best of our life. To understand that it's not going to just be a hunky-dory day or a cheerful little, tea time all the time. But at the end of the day, just know that you were at your best level, at the point and brink to where the world would say you're at your worst level. Someone was talking about that on one of their episodes. I don't know where it was from, but he was saying, boo-hoo, we're crying about staying at home when there's other people who can't even get a roof over their head. We're crying about sitting there having some meals at home and having to be on our devices. It's almost like, oh my gosh, we have the whole world given to us. And just because we can't have an extra lollipop on the side and eat it down the road in some brand new building means, our whole life is over. But this is actually where life begins. Life begins right now. And I believe if you want to check out the movie The Happening with Mark Wahlberg, I haven't checked out the Contagion movie my brother gave to me yet. I think it's just surreal being in it, at this moment kind of thing. But maybe that's something that's going on. I don't know. But at the same time, like this right here is where our life starts. Facing ourselves, facing our challenges, looking at the things we have not done and the things we still need to do. Being able to be present for the rest of our life, which is a 24-hour cycle that we're still breathing, and being able to make the best of that, no matter how minuscule and how small you may think it is, no matter how monumental or impactful you think it is, or what you want to talk about when you see your colleagues again, when you're talking about what you went through. Make sure you can show them better than you can tell them. That's what I would do. # facts. I would rather be like, this is what happened. Not, oh, let me tell you what happened. Because if people can show, and you can show people the proof within your pudding and the proof, that's a lot better than just saying, oh, this is what I did. No, let me show you what I did. No, matter of fact, you see what I did. All right. That's # you kept it on pushing. # keep on pushing. You're phenomenal. You're amazing. You're wonderful. That's what it is. So if you have anything else you want to add to what you're feeling, feel free to express that at any time. Journal it down, write it down, take a picture, something, take a photo every single day and say, this is day 5 of what's going on. I came down to write every single day in my mind, a new note, a new idea, a new thought. Something clear of being unadulterated, because I'm stuck with myself and the ones I love, and come up with something even brand new. So # keep on pushing. This is amazing. And so are you. All right. Remember, your life starts now. It's been started now, and live for today and hope for tomorrow. Be the change, feel the passion, embrace the power of that wonderful spirit. This is your girl Lex. I'm just happy to be back on here with you. I know it's been a little while since we did a solo dolo moment. Anthony and Angela send their love and their blessings. We're coming out with an extraordinary phenomenal transformation program that's going to definitely help accelerate each and every single one of us. And Andrea Uvani and I are going to be on this roll call too. So we got something sweet coming up for all you guys who get on the early board of what's going on. You're really, really going to have excitement. And then once everything kind of gets a little bit back to quote normalcy, we're going to hook you up, like hella hook you up. Okay. Don't you forget about that. So make sure you check us out again at realdoubledosechannel.blogspot.com. You're amazing. So thank you for your support, your love, and your understanding. # keep on pushing, keep on growing. And remember, you are the center of the universe. All right. We'll talk to you soon.